Yo, what's up, everybody? So today I want to basically do a recap of what happened today in price, my thought process, what I was expecting, kind of a market review recap from today. I think for the most part I was pretty spot on in terms of what I was looking for, what I was understanding to happen during the session. But unfortunately, no trades. We did see, just kind of break it down first, I did see one potential trade off an order block. Still learning the order block system and the rules behind it, so did not take the trade, but it is valid. I did speak about that in the live session for today. Um, so yeah, you know, it is what it is. But we move. So let's talk about what I was expecting for the day, right? So on the daily, just cut on over. I said, okay, we're inside of this previous daily candle, right? So coming into the day, the expectation was we look something like this. I was like, all right, cool. The low of the day is probably already put in. I'm expecting us to go higher, ultimately to take out the previous daily high. Did that happen? No, it didn't. But I was expecting us to go bullish. Now, if we cut down to the 1 hour, you'll see it a little bit clearer here. We had an area of liquidity right here, which is essentially Monday high, um, which which I think um, could be potentially the high of the week that we just put in. So this was my first area of to target coming into the day. Second area to target coming into the day. Overall, it was the to sweep the previous high of the previous daily high. Um, but we came in, we swept Monday 6 p.m. high. Monday was a bank holiday, so you know how that kind of goes. So saw these were equal highs in here. I decided to target that. I wanted to target that. Right, you can see we have all these equal highs. We have this very small liquidity sweep, and then we pushed away. So this is the area that has the last bit of liquidity. So let's see how I was able to hop into this trade. Right. Well, not hop in. How was I able to formulate a trade idea and have my bias going into the day? So coming into the day, we were in here, 9:15. Right, we were in here. I was thinking, okay, cool. We have these equal lows. Sorry. Once the equal lows get swept, then I can start looking for some form of reversal pattern for us to go higher. First take profit is these equal highs, or these highs in here, but ultimately I want to get up to this, and maybe, if possible, come all the way up to the previous daily wick. So you can see we pushed lower. We swept those out at 9:30. Now I'm looking for some form of a reversal pattern, whether that's order block, as I've said, but really and truly I'm looking for inverse. Some form of inverse to help me out. Now, I was not prepared to take this trade until we came in to the 50% of this, like so. You'll see that a lot better on a 5 minute. Right. So until we came into this in the 5 minute. So you can see we have these equal lows in here. Price comes down 8:30, sweeps it. I was like, okay, cool, we swept it, but that's not the real trade. It's not really what I'm looking for. I want us to come down at least into the 50%. And something that I've learned in trading is that the wicks tell the story. Sorry, the wicks do the damage. Body tells the story. 1 second. So, sorry about that. So, you can see that the wicks come in, and we're just posting wicks, 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 wicks. And this is an indication that this is an area of fair value that algo hedge funds are looking to hop into. That they think is a good opportunity to hop in. Anything below here is great, but you can really tell by the wicks that they had multiple stabs at it before going out. Now, this is the first time I've actually seen this live since trading, and I think it's very interesting. And it's definitely going to be something that I'm going to look for in the future in terms of how price reacts to that 50% level. I've known about the 50% level for a while, but I've never knew about how the wicks react to that level and the meaning behind the wicks reacting to that level. And you can clearly see, price came down, someone was able to get in, and then they bought, someone was able to get in, they buy. So yeah, I was overall looking for longs anyways, so it was more of like a small confluence, but a confluence nonetheless. So, as you can see from there, it was a matter of how can we get in. This 5-minute order block, looking back, is pretty spicy and really should have been taken, but didn't take it because didn't. Which happens at 10:10. Damn, that's actually perfect timing. Really looking back, I really should have probably taken that. But it's okay. I'm starting to learn this new order block system, so it's fine. No issues with it. And even on this second order block, I mentioned, this is probably a good entry, but this stop is just too massive for the trade. Didn't make a lot of sense. So yeah, that's essentially this would be the only trade available for today, all the way up to target. As you can see, pretty clean. I think on a 15-minute, it just wicks it. Yeah, it does. We just wick it, and then we push lower. Let's cut down to a 1 minute, because I kind of want to go through, as you may or may not know, I trade on the 1 minute primarily. Today would have been a fine day to trade on the 5, but I didn't trust it, being honest. Just didn't trust it. And, well, to be fair, on the 1 minute, there was also another potential trade, but it is risky and didn't make sense to take. Which was another order block trade, which was once we came in and we sucked the liquidity out of the market, we have this order block here, which is a very clear push down, sweep of liquidity, push back up. I should have been looking to enter here. Stop would have been about the same, but target's a little bit higher, so stop below the order block, target the same thing, so 3.8R. But probably would have been out break even, if I'm being honest, because, well, price came in, move away. If I'm at this point, I'm definitely taking some form of partials at these highs, but we come back down and break even. So that was another opportunity in here to potentially take on the 1 minute. Now, in terms of IFEGs, they aren't very many that make sense. Right, I'm gonna delete this here. Aren't very many that make sense. The one that makes sense is where is it? This one. However, the stop on this is massive, just massive, and it didn't make sense to take it. All right, so this is our inverse. I was actually looking at this and said, "Oh, this is a good one," and I was like, "Oh man, this stop is just huge." So we would have gotten in here. My stop has to be below the inverse, and we're barely at a 1-to-1. 1.4. Not a trade I like to take. I don't take a trade at least at minimum 2R. So yeah, that was the trade that could have been taken, but based off how I trade, it didn't really make too much sense at all. Another one that I saw, believe it or not, was this one, and I was a little skeptical to take this one, even though it really does follow the plan, which was you got a super liquidity, This should be a protected low. We go higher, price comes back down, sweeps it. We get a bullish engulfing candle over our order block, enter, and then we're off to the races. So this would have looked something like this. Stop below the low, target this. 2.8R, definitely a trade that I could have taken, didn't. It is what it is. I'm using this review session to kind of see what could be done, you know. So I pretty much laid out two really good trades, which is the 5-minute order block, this one here, and as well as this one here. Now, why I didn't take this trade? Well, what I've been learning about the 50% is fair value. So price came up. Let's make sure this is right. Like so, we did not come back into the 50%. Had we done that, I'd been like, all right, bet, yo, let's go. And I would have taken it. But now thinking about it, in hindsight, the question is, what is it that I'm trading? I'm a liquidity-based trader, right? So liquidity needs to be taken in order for me to take some form of a trade. Or, yes, in order for me to take some form of a trade, there needs to be some form of liquidity that has been taken, all right? So this is the liquidity that was taken. So once the liquidity is taken and I have a buy signal, I should be hopping in. I'm just taking it to where my target is. That's the thought process. And I didn't do that this time around. Which is okay, since I'm learning the system and what I want to get from the order blocks. But overall, probably not the best thing I could have done. So let's look at, again, the 5-minute one more time. Where we at? Yeah, 5-minute. So the 5-minute, we have a sweep of liquidity here, right? Which is what we expected. We have this sweep of liquidity. Let me just erase this London lows. We have this sweep of liquidity, which is what we expected. We have an order block at that sweep of liquidity area, so that should be valid, right? On the 1-minute, back here for a second, we have a sweep of liquidity here, engulfing candle. We should be valid. In this one, I'm not going to haggle it too much in terms of when I get in. I'll just market execute and hop in and go. So yeah, looking at that, you know, that's probably something that I'll look for tomorrow into trading in terms of my entry criteria. I think my trading is evolving to the point where I need to have at least 2 entry criteria. Not because my inverses don't work, but because, or they work fine. I think that's my number one entry. I think if there's no inverse available, I have to be able to and if there's no inverse available, and I have the criteria to get in the trade, which is primarily some form of liquidity sweep, in the direction that I think price wants to get to, I need to be able to get into something, and the only other way to get into something is an order block. So, I think that is what I'm going to be looking for in the future. This week, I may or may not get in on the order block. Like for example, I know for a fact I'm extremely good at getting in on the inverses. So, inverses really pop out to me. The order blocks, on the other hand, don't pop out to me as much just yet. I really have to think about it. So I'm gonna start, identifying these order blocks in the weeks coming up, but I'm still gonna be trading the IFEGs. But if I see an order block that makes sense, I'll hop in it going forward. So yeah, that's essentially my market review. went really well in terms of what I saw happening with price, where I thought price was going to go at a minimum. Obviously, from here we kind of just rolled over. It was a fairly large liquidity pool, and we just rolled over bearish. Didn't come as low as I thought we would have. Actually, no, we took out London low. It looks like it was a double back this London low. It's going to 15-minute, makes it a lot easier. Okay, yeah, so we did sweep London low, and now we're pushing higher. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's just kind of look and see if there's anything for Asia session going up, so that we can not react, that's not the right word, but know if there's anything going forward. Oh yeah, we're extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. First area to target, as I said, previous daily high. As you see here on the, well, not previous. This is 2 previous daily highs. That looks like that's going to be swept. There's nothing really on a 1 hour that suggests we can hop into anything. Actually, no, I lie. On the 30-minute there is. Let me see. I'm going to do this off the 30-minute actually. So this is how I'm kind of thinking. Price will tap into this, and probably continue on up here at a minimum, but really and truly up here. So if I had to say on a longer term kind of trade, I would put a limit here. This is for future trading. I don't have enough capital right now to be trading like this. But yeah, 2.3R is kind of the move. And when I get back in the morning, I will look to see what price did. Who knows what price does, right? Because this isn't something I've been trading longer term. I really just focus between 9:30 and 11 o'clock. Whatever happens after that, I don't care. Because I do also have a job. Well, I have another business that I own, or that my family owns, and I'm the general manager for it, so I work there primarily through the day. But I get that hour and a half to trade, so I don't really look at the chart all too much after that time. And I don't look at the charts at night at all, really. So I think this will be interesting to see what happens here, just to see if price develops the way I think it will. Let me just check one more thing real quick. Nah, these are already swept. So I think this is, price may actually not come back down there, since we already have this. We'll see. We'll see. This is a massive FEG, so price may just want to come back down, tap it, and then take off. This will be the first profit area. So that will constitute a win. Break even, I don't really know where I'd break even at, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know where I'd break even at, if I even would break even. But yeah, that's how I'm looking. This would be the 50% level. So yeah, that's going to be the market review for today, the 3rd of September.